N2AKJ here. I'm going to be doing a potor activation. I'm here at Tallman Mountain State Park in Spark Hill, New York. And this is actually going to be my first ever live stream at a park outdoors. And actually, I got inspired by Ed, W4EMB. He was doing it, and a couple of other operators, Liddy, KQ3Q. And by the way, if you want to check out Liddy's channel, you want to check out W4EMB's channel, you could just go to www.youtube.com/@ed/b, and for Liddy's channel it's www.youtube.com/@KQ3Q. They have very informative and very educational channels. Anything you want to learn about Morse code or try to copy, their channels are the way to go. You also have www.youtube.com/@N2AKJ. You also have /K4SWL. Hey, what's going on, Matt? How's everything? Speaking of the devil, you could also check out Matthew's channel as well. If you go to www.youtube.com/@K2EAG. He has a very, very awesome channel. And please, when you go to his channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, because every subscriber that we get counts. It helps us out. All right, so let's get started. Let me see, everything is in line. Let me just turn the camera a little bit. There we go. All right, the antenna I'm going to be using, which is brand new. I've never even used it before, but I've had friends that have it and use it, and I've watched them do it. So setting up shouldn't be that hard to do. All right. So the antenna I'm going to be using is the Gable 7350. It's a very nice antenna. Excuse me. It comes with a section that you could do 80 meters, but 80 meters is not relatively a daytime band. It's more of a nighttime band, and I'm not going to be doing potor activations at night. So, with no further ado, let me get the stuff and let's check out what we got. Stand by. All right, so let's see what we got here. Okay, so this is the bag. This is the bag right here that the company who makes the antenna, they actually make this bag. It's $35. It's $35, but it carries everything you want. It has six different pockets that you can put in. So I got my radials, I got my antenna, I got my tripod in here, I got a whole bunch of stuff. You'll see as I take it out. So we're going to just open this up. It's pretty easy to do. It's just 2 snaps, and then it just, let me lift it up. It rolls out, and everything is right inside of it. So, all right, let's get the antenna set up, because we can't transmit without an antenna. All right, so I'm going to get the tripod going. All right, and everything fits nicely in here. So this is the tripod that is specifically designed for the antenna. And I'll show you how that works. It's pretty compact. You never think something like this will get so big, but it does. All right, so this is the tripod. Now it's upside down. So basically we're gonna move the legs like this. Okay, so now it's right side up. I mean, I could go any which way I want. It depends on the angle that I want. But this seems to be pretty good like this. And now I'm going to get the element for it, which is in the middle. So let me just get that out. Got everything nicely packaged in here. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, 1 second. So it comes with the tripod. When you buy the tripod, it's $119, but it comes with two adapters. So this is your 3/8 24 if you want to use like a ham stick. and this is the UHF. And the antenna that I bought wasn't the TC. I bought the T. So the T is a UHF. The TC is a 3/824. So we don't need this, but we do need this. So let's put this back in the bag, and I'll show you how it goes. All right. So basically the way this works is this unscrews, loosens up actually, right? And now we take this with the SO239 on the end and we slide it in here like this. Okay, now it's nice and set. Now we just tighten it up. Okay, now it's nice, it's solid in the base. Now the radials are gonna go here on the ring. And the way I had N2P, oh yeah, I want to also give a shout out to Mike, N2PPI. He actually made the radials for my antenna. And they're really cool. And there's actually 4 strands of wire in each leg. So in actuality, when I put them all on, it's going to be electrically as if I had 32 radials on it. So it's really, really cool. And this, what I'm going to connect to this is an RF choke, also made by Gable Antenna. So what we're going to do first is we're going to undo this, and now we're going to pull this out. Okay, so now that locks in place. Now the legs are going to come out. All right. And this is a really cool tripod. I really like it. So now I can put this here like that. Oh yeah, the RF choke, it's right here. All right, so this is the RF choke that they make, and it comes from Gable themselves. And they always, I like the fact that they put these little end caps so you can protect the threads of the SO239 and no dirt gets inside. All right, so I'm gonna put this in there. So now we're gonna connect this to this. All right, it's pretty hard to hold the tripod and do this all at the same time, but we'll get it. We'll get it. Just got a makeshift over here. Okay. So now this goes on like that. All right. So now we got the choke. Now we got the choke hooked up to the feed line. So I'm probably going to slide this forward because I'm going to put the antenna right here. So I'm going to leave it right there. All right. Now we're going to get the antenna. So this is the Gable antenna, and it's a very nice antenna. I like the way they have everything inscribed and laser inscribed in it. And what I really like about it is how they have the markings on the slide. So if you don't have a antenna analyzer, but I do have an antenna analyzer, but if you don't, you could kind of figure out where you are. And the way you would adjust an antenna like this, a tunable antenna without a tuner, is you would go to your specific band that you want to go to, and you would go over to the antenna and you would slide this up or down in small increments. And once you start hearing that noise coming out of your radio getting louder, you're more than likely right about where you want to be. But my particular radio, which I just bought, which is the HF Signals S-Bit X version 3, so it's a 25 watt SDR radio. It has a built-in Raspberry Pi. It has actually the Raspberry Pi 4 in it. It's a really cool radio. I can't wait to get it on the air. And I know I'm jibber-jabbing, I'm talking. I know everybody's saying, come on, just get on with it already. So that's what I'll do. Let me put it on here. Let me get this thing going first. Let me tighten this up so I can get this on here nice and easy. All right, so let's put this on. Let's attach this once I can get it in here. All right, so let's get this on. Okay, you don't want to go too hard. Okay. That's about as far as it's going on. Okay, so now we're going to hook up the other element, which is the whip. And if you accidentally break the top of this whip or whatever, or it bends and you need to buy another one for your antenna, if you have a Gable 7350, I think this is only $23 to order another one. It's pretty cheap. So then this screws on the top. Now I'm going to extend the whip. And when you're extending the whip, you want to be very careful because especially at the end of the whip, it's very delicate. If you use too much force, you just busted it. You always want to do it from the base of the segment, which will help you not bend the whip. I see people do it all the time. They just go like that, and next thing you know, they break the antenna. I'm not trying to break the antenna at all. I'm trying to preserve it. Okay? Okay, that's as high as it's going. All right. So that seems pretty good. Now I just need to adjust the legs because I like things to be nice and level. I'm crazy that way. Okay, so now we got the antenna. Let me just tilt this back so you can see how high it is. I think the whip is about, I don't know, 6 or 7 feet maybe, something like that. All right, so now let me put this over here and we'll go back to the antenna. Okay, there we go. We're in focus here. Let me just make sure I got the tripod because the camera is attached to my phone. It's on a tripod right now. All right, so let's go open this up. Now this radio comes with a microphone. It also has a built-in microphone with a PTT that you can just tap on the touch screen. I would rather use this because with this particular radio, when you hit the PTT from the radio, you have to make sure you hit the RX for receive. Otherwise, it'll just stay and transmit. This is nice because it's a no-brainer. On, off, on, off, on, off. You don't have to think about it. But we don't believe in microphones in the Long Island CW code. We believe in Morse code keys. So we're not going to be using this today. All right. So let's take out the radio and I'll show you the radio once I get it out. All right. Put this away for now. We'll worry about this later. I can go over there. All right. So this is the S-Bit-X. It does from 10 watts to 25 watts. It's an SDR radio. It works off a Raspberry Pi 4. And this radio will do FT8 right out of the box. There's no downloading WSJTX. You don't have to touch a thing. All you got to do is power it up, hook it up to your antenna, make sure your antenna is tuned, the SWR is low. You want to do FT8, you hit mode FT8, boom. You go to 14074 if that is good for you or whatever band you want to do on FT8. And you just go right to town and you can just do it right here. Well, you got right on this side is where you'll see all your stations, just like you would on your computer, how you would transmit and you see the station come back to you and -5 or whatever the case may be. You'll see that right here on this side. Then on this side, which is the right side of the radio, but probably on the left side of your screen, this is the part where the scope is and the frequencies up here and you got macros. This radio will do two-tone, PSK, FT8, CW, and single sideband right off the rip. And it's got 2 built-in logging programs. It's got 3. It's got one for FT8, one for CW, and one for SSB. So this is a really cool radio. Now on the back, which is a nice feature that I like what Farhan done, Ashhar Farhan is his name. He put the heat sinks on the back to dissipate the heat, which is really cool. And being that it's a little windy out here at the park, this radio is not going to get that hot. So this is where your earpiece or external speaker would go. This is where you would plug your mic in. I don't know nothing about microphones anymore. I know about keys. And this is where the key goes. Now, you're probably saying, why does that radio have an XT60 connector? Because the way he set this up, he set it up for portable use. You know, I mean, you could make an adapter if you want. If you buy the radio and you want to make an adapter, you could do an XT60 to your power poles. That's how you want. I actually bought I think it's a 6 foot length. Yeah, 6 foot length from Quicksilver. I bought the XT60 connector on one end and the power poles on the other end because sometimes I use my 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery. So if my two small batteries, which I got with me today, if they go dead before I leave and I want to continue to activate, I could just plug that in and continue going. And it's a really cool radio. All right, so let's get the radio set up. Stand by. By the time I get this activation going, it'll be time to go home. All right, so I guess I'll set it up right there. Okay, these are the batteries that some operators use. I happen to use these batteries because I'm a model aviationist. I fly model airplanes and helicopters, so I use these batteries all the time. But so it's a HRB 5000 milliamp hour 3S. 3S meaning it has 3 cells, 1, 2, and 3, and it's 11.1 volts at a 100C discharge rate. So with the way the amps are going to be drawn from the radio, I'll probably get, if I do constant nonstop CW without a break, I'll probably get about 3 hours out of this. And I got 2 of these. And if they go, I got the 100 amp hour that, if I had that radio hooked up to it, probably last me 3 weeks. All right, so let's get this going. Let's hook up the feed line. Let's get that going. So let's plug this in. All right. Okay, so now we're plugged in. Power's good. All right. Also, for me to have the UTC time and the month and the date and everything correctly on the radio, you can't enter it on the onboard keyboard that's on the radio. So you have to have a wireless keyboard. So I bought a wireless keyboard, and the keyboard doesn't come with the case. The case you have to buy extra. But this is the keyboard, and I bought this one. Whoa, wait a minute. There we go. Whoop. I can't even see here. Okay, there we go. The reason why I bought this keyboard is it has a touchpad mouse. I don't have to sit there and worry about, oh, do I need a mouse pad? The table's dirty. It's not going to pick it up. So I do everything right from the keyboard. All right, so let's, no further ado, let's get this thing going. All right, so give me 1 second. I just got to get the feed line. 1 second. I think I am going to use, I hope this is long enough, otherwise that means I have to move the table. I hope it's long enough. It should be long enough. Let's see what happens here. Give me 1 second. I'm just hooking it up to the antenna. All right. 1 second. All right. If the feed line is not long enough, I'll just have to bring the radio over a little bit, but it seems like it's going to work out. And I don't particularly, some people, they'll just unroll their feed line out and they'll leave it like that. I don't like that. I like to have everything unwrapped, and if I decide to put the feed line in a little bit of a choke, which I don't normally do, but sometimes I do, if you're going to do that, you need to make a minimum of 9 wraps for it to be effective. So it looks like this is going to work out. All right, so let's plug this in. All right, but I'm gonna have to test the SWRs first. So I got to figure out where I wanna set up. And unfortunately, being that I'm doing the live, I have no idea what potor activators are on what frequencies because I'd have to do it from my phone. And if I do that, then unfortunately, I'll have to go off from the live, and that's not going to be cool. So let me read and see what's in the comments. So yeah, it is not, Matt. It's a nice port. Yeah, it's really cool. It doesn't evolve any stakes. Even my other antenna. My other antenna that I use, my homebrew NFED, all I do is and it's in the car too. I got a drive over mount, which I'll lift the picnic table up and I'll slide the drive over mount underneath there. And I got a 31-foot jackkite pole that I'll put in the drive over mount, and I'll attach the dog bone to the carabiner on the mast pole, and I'll just raise it up. And then the wire goes into a 9-to-1, which has a 1-foot jumper, which goes into a 1-to-1 uncoax choke. And then I got the feed line that goes to either my 891 or my 991A. I meant to tell you, I just bought a 991A also. I only bought that 6 months ago. Yeah, just about 6 months ago. But no further ado. Yeah, I'm bringing out all the ties, and it is a cool little radio. And if you want to check it out, Matt, if you go to Gigaparts, and you type in their search bar, just type in SBITX all together. It should pop right up. I got the version 3 model. They do make a version 2. Now, you're probably saying, why would Drew want the version 2 instead of the version 3? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the version 3 only does 25 watts. The version 2 did 40 watts. Now, I would have rather have had the 40-watt version, but they don't make it anymore unless you buy it from somebody offline or on eBay if they're selling it. Other than that, their new versions that they have now are 25 watts. And I guess Matt left. Oh, no, he's back. He's back. I guess I'm fading in and out with the signal because I'm upstate. All right, so let's see. Where are we here? So now I got to figure out what band do I want to do. So you know what? I'm going to do 20 meters. All right, so I think I'm going to do 14.060. Hopefully it's not busy on that, but let me just do one thing. Give me 1 sec. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Let's just turn this around. Okay, like this, so I can see what I'm doing here. Okay, that's good. Okay. This is good right about here. Okay. Okay, so now I just bought I don't know if you see me, I just bought this antenna analyzer from a buddy of mine. Okay, it's the Rig Expert. It's the Rig Expert AA-54. Now, I got this from a buddy of mine yesterday, K2GV. That's my buddy Jerry. He's also an instructor in the LICW club as well as myself. I'm a sending instructor in the LICW club as well. If you need help with your sending, come to my class every Wednesday. If you're a member of the LICW club, it's in Zoom A at 9 p.m. Would love to have you there. And so let's see where I'm at on 14.060. So I got to power it up. Okay, let's go to set frequency. Perfect, it's right there. It's exactly where I want it. Now let's go hook the antenna up to it, because it's not going to analyze a damn thing if it doesn't, it's not going to analyze. The analyzer is not going to tell me what the SWRs are if I don't have the feed line connected. So, which I just bought this adapter yesterday. Thank God it came in on time. Okay. So let's scan the SWR. So that's number 4. Let's see where we're at. All right. no, this is not working out the way I thought it would. Okay, so let's go back. Oh, show SWR. Yeah, that would help, wouldn't it? That would help. Show SWR. Okay. It's not the greatest. All right, let me tune the antenna. I'll be right back. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's a little on the high side. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's little, little on the high side. Okay, let's go down. Yep. Let's see where we're at now. So 14.060. Damn, I'm at 3.2. 3.2 is not good at all. All right, so let's try to. Let's go all the way down. Okay, so now I'm at 4.6. Okay. Let me just tell you something. This is kind of aggravating because usually on 20 meters it should be easy to tune. If I had a tuner, it would be a no-brainer. But being that I'm manually tuning this, it looks like this Poder excursion is going to take longer than I want it to. But I'm at 9.8, 9.9. Let's try to get this thing down. I may have to lower the whip a little bit. See what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. Hold on. So I'm at 5.8. I went from 10 to 5, so lower it down a little bit. See what happens here. Now I'm at 3.8. Now let me see if I bring the element down a little bit on the whip. 3.8, that went to 4.3. All right, so let's see what happens here. Okay, so now we got to raise it up a little bit. Let's see if that makes a difference. 3.2, okay. 3.1. I need to get it to below 2. I need to be like a 1.6. It's a 2.9, so I'm getting there. And what I'm trying to do is I'm walking away from the antenna because I don't want my body to be too close to the antenna because then I'll get a misreading. So I have the analyzer over here, and I'm walking back and forth. So now I'm at 2.7. So let's see if I go up a little bit more, if it will go down. Okay, I'm at 2.6. Okay, now I'm at 2.5. Now I'm at 3.7, so that means I have to go up. I have to go higher. Okay, so so I'm at 4.9, 5.2. So now I got to go up a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, so I'm at 9.5. So I'm not really. So it seems like 14.060 is really not a happy place. Now I'm at 3.3, but I can't operate at 3.3 because if I operate at 3.3, I'll burn the radio out. So I may have to switch it to a different. Oh, you know what I think would help? You know what I think would help? Tell me what you see. What do you see at the antenna that I don't have connected to it? I think we all know what I forgot to connect to the antenna. That was my fault because I'm talking too much. The radials. Wouldn't it help if I had radials hooked up? I think that would bring the SWR down, right? All right, so let's do the radials. I told you, by the time I get done with this activation, I won't even get done with it yet. So, let's see, we got the 4 elements here. Okay. Got to hook these up. All right, so we got to get out these. Okay, so let's get these out. This would help. Okay. And I got to get a washer. I don't know why they give you these little washers, but I'm not going to use them. I'm not using them. So this goes in here like this, and turn this like that, and we'll just put this in here like this. Back. I think that's why they give you the washer, because you still have that space. They want it to sit flush against the whatchamacallit, the base of the antenna. So we'll do what they say. Obviously they know better than I do. Okay, so this will go, I guess, in here like that, and then this will go in here like this. Let's see what happens. There we go. Yep. That's why they did that. So now we take these wires and we spread them. Okay. And Mike, N2PPI made this so I could do 40 meters also. The only problem is he didn't do that great of a job. So looks like this wire's coming out. Gonna have electrical tape if that's all. Alright, so put these wires out like this. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to work. Alright, so we'll put these out. Okay. Gotta put these out. Alright. Okay, I just want to make sure you're still with me. Yeah, it sure is. Troubleshooting on the spot. Absolutely. Especially when you have nobody to help you. You got to kind of On the fly, figure it out. Otherwise, you don't activate. So, all right. So, let's get another one here. Okay, let's get another one. And now, I'll get another piece here if I can get it out of the bag. They're so small, I don't want to lose them. And it's windy, so I don't want to lose these lock washers, otherwise I'm out of luck. So, we're going to put this like that and here like this. And this is going to go there like that. And this is going to screw into here like this. But I don't want to cross thread it because then I'll really be out of luck. Okay. So now these will come this way. I don't like things being tangled. I'm very OCD. So it has to be the way I want it to be, otherwise I'll spend all day doing this. So now we just take the wire, throw it this way. Alright, let me see where I'm at right now. Okay, yep, still no. SWRs are still pretty damn high, but we'll see what happens when I do another scan. Now, you just keep doing the same thing for the others. I really should have set this all up before I did the live, so it would have saved some time, but I wanted people to see my new antenna, so that's why it's taking me a little longer. Alright, so we're going to take this, we're going to put this lock washer on here like that, we're going to slide this through there, and then we're going to screw this in like this, like that. Okay, that goes in there like this. Okay, so then this is going to come this way. And we want it under the coax. We don't want it on top of the coax. Pull this probably over here like this. That would help. A lot of work, but it's worth it. And last but not least, I got one left. All right, got one left. Now I could hook an external tuner up to the radio if I wanted to with a special cable, but I like the fact of being able to manually tune the antenna, and that's just, you know, my preference. Not everybody likes going through the nightmare of manually tuning something. They'd rather just, you know, push a button and be done with it, which is good in certain cases. You know, if you're pressed against time and you want to bang out an activation real quick, then you don't want to sit here messing with this. You'd rather have a tuner either built into the radio or an external tuner. That way it's easier to tune the antenna. Okay, so now we're going to go here like this. Okay, this wire is going to come off the table like that. Actually, it's going to go this way. And I'm going to move this away because I don't need it anymore. All right, so now let's tune the antenna. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, so now I'm at 5.5. Okay, that's 8.0. No, we don't want that. We want to go up. We want to go up. I don't know, Matt. I don't know what's going on, but it's not tuning the way I'd like it to tune. I'm at 4.6. 7.8. Now it's at 8. So if I go up, I want to get it to the lowest point. Okay, now we're at 2.9. We're at 2.9. Maybe if I start bringing the element down, that might work. It's 3.0. 3.2, 3.3. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with this thing, but it's kind of aggravating, to be honest. As I can see, it's kind of irritating because the way they make it look like it's so easy, but it doesn't seem to be that easy. And I got everything in there, everything's on. I don't know what's going on, even the wire's hooked up, so I'm at 2.7. I need to get it down is what I need to do. I didn't think 20 meters would be that hard because 20 meters is usually easy to tune. Yeah, 14.060. I'm looking at the SWRs. I don't know, Matt. I would have been better off with it. I would have been better off with a tuner. I would have been better off with a tuner because it looks like it's going to take all day to get this done. I mean, I'll make it work, but just I need to know where the sweet spot is. Eight four. 2.9. It's crazy. It jumps from 2.9 to 4.2. That's nuts. Oh wow! There we go. There we go. One. I just got to go a smidgen. One 1.8. Now it went up to 2.3. I was at 1.8 before. Damn. This is the fundamentals. Wait a minute. Yeah, that is true. All right, so you're saying saying keep it all the way up. All right. All right, so I'll keep it all the way up. Okay, let me go to 4. Okay, I'm looking at the graph now. I'm looking at the graph now, Matt. Thanks. You probably can't see it good. But yeah, there's a graph on there, yeah. Okay, let's see where we're at. It's not, is it dipping? No. Let's go. So yeah, now I'm at 3. I'm looking at the graph. Set the antenna to the lowest frequency. We want to avoid getting tripped up by harmonic frequencies. I wish I knew how to do that, but set it to the lowest frequency. What you mean? What do you mean? Like 14.0? What? 14.0 what? 14.030? Something like that, Matt? Would that work? I don't know, because the antenna analyzer says I'm getting there. It's starting to step down for some reason, but I don't know what you mean by set it to the lowest frequency. Hey, thanks, Liddy. I'll have a fun activation once I get this antenna set up. And I got other antennas. I mean, I could hook up my 49-to-1, but I'm just trying to figure it out. All right, let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. Okay. Is it going down? Yeah, it's going down a little bit. Now I'm at 2. Now it's climbing up again. Yeah, you know what, guys? As much as I'd love to keep it going, I'm gonna try to figure this out, and then once I get the antenna tuned up and stuff, I'll come back and I'll do another live while the radio's operational, because I don't want to keep going back and forth and leaving you guys hanging. But thanks for coming and stopping by, and just stay tuned. As soon as I get this antenna rocking and rolling, I'm gonna do a live while I'm activating. So talk to you guys soon. Thanks for stopping by, and just make sure that if you have on your YouTube account, if you keep your YouTube account public, I'll see all the notifications and I'll see when you pop on. But if you subscribe or whatever you may do, or comment, if you have your account in private, I don't see any of those notifications. So, but that's up to you. I'll catch you guys later in 73s.